Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast Season 2. Yacha! You dead. So dead. Well, not much progress has been made. I've done a little resource collecting, and, well, I decided I cannot live without an XP farm. Well, we haven't opened the Nether or the End yet, so I decided to make do with this twin spawner I have here. Now, the first thing you want to do when you open up one of these twin spawners, this whole area will be open. Well, first you want to light up the spawners down below. They'll be in that corner and that corner. But you'll want to fill in the entire top with cobble, because those little things that fly around and zap you from Thaumcraft, if you do not block these up, the wisps, that's what those are, the wisps will attack you. Now if you cover the whole top with cobble or any block roll, you just heard one try to spawn there. I believe it's that block or that block. One of these two blocks, because I had to move my my mobavator forward a foot because it spawned when I opened up one of these blocks. But you heard it try to spawn, but since a block is present, it cannot. Because those things are a pain in the butt. Alright, and pretty much you just want to hollow out the 8x8. If you've seen, you probably saw it in my previous video of my vanilla server, me making a skeleton trap of a very similar design. Now, one thing though, I kind of have to rework this water down here. I'm so glad that those don't spawn. You have no idea. Because with that format, it has a dead spot about here. So let's see. Second one down, third one down. Right. Yeah. Alright, and then 3 away from that one. And then on the other side I had to make this a complete water, or a double in order to make that one work. Of course I only have 3 buckets on me. I'd craft more, but what am I going to do with more than 3 buckets if I not make one of these? Need 1 to carry lava, 1 to carry water. That's about it. Alright. And on this side, it's right there, 1, 2, 3. And any dead spots? Any dead spots? Alright, that one's going right into the wall, so yeah, I did need this one. Alright, the wall's constantly moving. And I get pushed out. Whoop. Funny little jump right there. I have no idea why it's doing that. Can't even hold shift when it makes you do that little jump. I think it's because it's pushing into the wall. I'm not sure. Now I hollowed out a hole above that one, and I'm gonna knock out that block with those torches on it. But I'll have to knock out these torches before I go. That could cause some spawning, so I'm gonna wait until the last second before I do that. But the next step is the mobavator. I skipped this on my last video, so I want to give you a little better look. I just used sand to pillar up, and then coming back down, I put a sign on every other block. I might as well get rid of these buckets. The signs hold the water in place. Plus, they give the mobs area to breathe. Don't ask me why I have gunpowder on my bar right there. And now I can do this. Ouch. See, I fell from 3, so that's why that hurt. Alright, when they come here, they should fall of their own accord. Make that a solid water source. I'll block this off when I don't need to come down here anymore. Ooh, what do I do here? I think maybe instead I'll need to put signs here. And, well, here. Let's say right here. Whoa, S. That is a small hitbox to hit, from the side at least. Yeah. Alright, so I'll fix that board when I knock out those torches. I'll probably just use the mob evader, but there's more to do before I get to that point. I'll be putting water here, and then that will make sure that when the mobs jump, they get picked up. I'll also put a water source here when I knock out this sign. Replace it with that door there. In fact, and let's heck with all the. Well, I'll get a water source first. Sigh. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. This should be a little less painful. Ah. I'm gonna break this. Put that water source there. Make some weird tides. Alright, that should not be interacting. Oh, I know. I didn't put signs down there yet. So, the 2 water sources here push you forward. And this doesn't push on you at all. And your feet can breathe at the moment. But mobs naturally jump. So they're gonna naturally float up because of their jumping. Oop. Alright, now all that's left is starting the development of the killing chamber. Alright, if you've been watching my series, then you are well aware of my faux pas with the skeleton grinder. I was unable to use my suffocation trap because the skeletons wouldn't push together on a flat line, so in order to get them to stack to where you can kill them in one spot, you kind of got to drop them into the the holding cell, the killing cell, killing device, whatever you want to call it. You got to drop them into it if you want them to stack in any kind of amount. So I lifted it up 2 more and continued the mob elevator as such. On the top level there, gonna add... Alright, what I'm gonna do is block that one. I suppose I could have picked up that water. And then I'll put my water up here. And grab another bucket. Sleepy time. And as soon as we get that in there, then it's just a matter of placing the broom where we're going to catch them. And for this particular trap, I plan on using a lava softener. Pretty cheap redstone. Oop. And Etho of Etho's Lab approved. Alright, push them out there, block the water with signs, let them fall down into this, about this area I think is where I'll do it. I also have a mechanism for holding them back. Alright, well I guess for you it's going to be seconds, so I'll just get to it. Now the first bit I went for were the stoppers. So I just got regular old pistons in there, vanilla pistons. Should all know how to make those. With torches powering them. Torches are connected to these side blocks here, and I'll run outside real quick. Alright, so all I gotta do is power this somehow. I'll check out the rest of the wiring before I see how to do that, decide how to do that. All I gotta do is add a source to that, and it'll open the pistons to allow more mobs to come into the killing chamber. The reason you want to keep them separate is if you have weak ones in with the hurt ones, or the weak ones in with the... Now, if you have weak ones in there ready to kill, you don't want full health ones falling in there, because then you'll just be beating on full health ones endlessly. And you don't want partially weakened ones in there when you use the mob softener, because it will kill ones that you punched a few times while you were trying to get the other guys. So keeping them sorted, full health, zero health, you know, almost zero health, that'll help you in the long run. Alright, what we got here is what they call in the business a work in progress. I've got water in it to test it right now, but as you can see, boom, ejects it, pulls it back in. That's exactly what we want to see with the lava. I have to play around, see with it, see if the lava leaks out like that. That might be a problem. Also, it might be easier to hit the mob's feet, so we might try to lift it up one more block. Still haven't wired the pistons in to the rest of the circuitry, but figure we'll just put a manual switch right here. I figured it might work. Something like that. I'll show you that in a second. We've got the water coming in up to there, or two water sources on the back pushing up evenly. The signs here stop the water from pouring down and the mobs fall at the end. I'll have this covered up with glass, probably. Just hop up here. This is the redstone that does the pistons. This is all vanilla. Yeah, redstone powers the block, which turns off the torch, which allows them to retract. Get rid of that torch, and they extend. Had to pull it back a block. I wanted to do it over the top. Oops. And then I wanted to do it one block away. But if it's powering either this block or the block above it, it will power the piston also. So unless you get crafty with some half slabs or something, there's no real way you can get around that. Alright. Down to the redstone for these guys. Alright. I have the button coming down. Now this is red alloy wire. This is part of the Red Power 2 mod. It comes down, powers this block, which runs to this repeater. Powers this block momentarily, which bleeds over to this redstone. And then there's a short delay before it reaches this stone, so the power from this one turns on and then turns off before the power gets to this block. So there's actually 2 pulses that go through this wire. I've got another repeater here, so it goes through full strength, and it goes all the way up and hits the block underneath it is enough, and hits both dispensers at the same time and hits them twice. There's the button. I'll just hop up there and show you the button. Just like that. Now for the lava. Might want to stand back while you're testing this one by yourself. Whoa, hey. Okay, looks like I got a bug or two to work out. Alright, as always, the redstone is way more complicated than it should be. I had it running like how it should work, like you guys saw it just seconds ago. And I've had to pretty much rework it completely. Now I moved these up just because I figure it's a good idea. I probably want to put blocks down here so I can kill them at face height. This glass is here to prevent lava spillage, which just happened a couple minutes ago. It was horrible. I died. Bloody, horrible deaths. I was able to jump away from the lava in time, though. So, there's that. Alright, same button. I want it to activate both sides, so it comes down, but it jaunts over to the other side at the same time. Why is that on? I guess we'll figure that out. Okay. Well, that's supposed to turn on when that turns on. Because this is in some kind of infinite loop, it looks like. Oh, I bet you it's right about there. Yep. Redstone's powering that block. Well, heck, I'm out of alloy wire. I can still get away with this, though. It's weird as though it's still working. What? What? No, that's just ridiculous. Alright, not exactly what I was aiming for, but it looks like this will work. Oops, I forgot to remove those. Had those temporarily up there when I was moving those around. Alright. Working model. If it's full of mobs, it'll push them all over to the left while it's pushing the lava out. And they should all get their own serving. Haven't really changed much of the wiring. Still the same setup. It gets 2 pulses out of this. That's set for 1 tick, that's set for 4. That's just to boost it so the red wire picks it up and it's delivered to the block below. This side I completely tore out, nothing there anymore. It's all up here. Simply goes across, gets extended to a 4 tick delay, and powers the block beneath it. I could, run it out here and use a repeater to put it into the stone below it, but that works just fine. I'm happy with that. Oops. You see this right here, this is a micro block. It prevents these from touching. That and this from touching. To do that, you simply make one of these hacksaws here. And you cut down a block until it turns into these covers. Like so, and then you take the slabs and you cut those down and you cut those down until they are covers. And then you cut them horizontally and they become strips. Now you can even piece together the strips to make fun things like hollow squares and whatnot. But alright, without further ado, let's get ready to light this baby up. Alright, I am fairly certain I'm going to die, so I de-equipped everything. I've got the easy unlights upstairs, or an easy light removal upstairs, but there are no guarantees with that. Is that a hole there before? So it doesn't really matter. No mobs can get through. I just need to knock down the access light. I can remove those 4 from the top side. I could picture skeletons spawning as soon as possible. Ooh, what did I tell you? Okay, let's see if I can get over to the other side, knock these out before I die. Ooh, he's right on me. This wasn't the best laid plans. Oh, I kind of expected that at least. Alright, let's get my real pick. Somewhere. And maybe some blocks too, why not? Some real blocks. That is not it. I think I've been running back and forth from this place for like 3 hours. You think I'd be able to get it right? Okay, he's just glitching out because the gates are not open. Still need to fix the lights. Oh, I know that's in a hole somewhere around here. Aha. Really hope this works, because otherwise I pretty much got to abandon the project. Alright. Gotta get redstone up there somehow. Preferably a lever. My kingdom for a stick. That'll do. And a little red wire, why not? I'll make things easier. That there, that connects. That's a safe way in. Or, you know what, let's just... He's just glitching out. I'm worried it might have to be a 2-foot drop. So maybe I'll lower the floor right here and make him fall to that height. At any rate, do a small trial test. Whew. Well, I think it worked a little too good. Alright, gotta shorten it somehow. I assure you, they're only lagging out. Between the time it takes for the server to communicate with the client, the mobs actually think their pathfinding system is working and they think they're escaping. Alright, close the gates on them. Come on, come on. Get out of my head. It worked! Not quite one hit, but I mean, if you don't mind crafting stone swords. Plus I could play with the timing a little bit. Looks like they just need one more tick or something. The main problem I was having, I had to move this over. Looks like the signal was jumping over to that one somehow. It certainly didn't look like it. But, scared the bejesus out of me. Anyways, signal goes through, jumps over this side, goes down, and it's the same circuit you saw before. Goes up and over and up to the dispenser. The redstone goes around, the repeater extends it, and pushes the piston so that everybody gets lavaed. Now I just need some stone swords. Boom! Like magic. It's hard to tell when they're done. Now if you do end up punching them by hand, be aware that it does sap your hunger like crazy. They're not outside, they're not outside. Keep telling yourself that. That's cool. Eating some barbecue. And with this, you should get up to level 30 in no time. Getting rid of the transparent blocks here, like switching out the pistons behind my latest death thing there. Switching out the pistons with sticky pistons and blocks. That might help with some of the lag through. And then if you didn't want to see them, you could put the blocks here, and that would prevent them from falling in your face. I do believe. But you can operate it like this. I mean, if you miss any, they'll just die on the next round. That's kind of what you're doing anyways, right? You won't get XP if they die from fire though, so that is a disadvantage. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if those were sticky pistons with blocks on them, solid blocks, not transparent blocks like glass or anything. Any cobble or sand, dirt rather, not sand. Alright, looks like we are good to go. Finally out of that infernal place. Man, once I started that thing up, it was so freaking loud. Alright, one last look over the redstone. Button. Red wire. Red wire goes down to the stone, which runs through the repeater on 1 tick, runs through this repeater on full ticks. Hits these redstones, which run through this alloy wire and up to the dispenser. Nothing on this side. And then that same button and alloy wire comes around and hits the repeater to the block under the piston. I tried putting the piston back here, tried doing a sticky piston, putting it back here, but it was actually activated by that torch. So alright, finally made it through that. Well, here I am in this silly hat. As always, good luck and good hunting.